I'm Stephen Wiltshire. I do drawings.
Stephen is an artist who creates incredibly intricate drawings of cityscapes.
I love drawing tall buildings, tall skyscrapers, skylines, street scenes.
And he does this entirely from memory. When Stephen was 3, he was diagnosed as autistic. He was completely mute and lived entirely in his own world. Early on, Stephen's teachers noticed he loved to draw. He had found his way to connect with others. Stephen has the ability to look at a subject once and then draw an accurate and detailed picture of it, including panoramas of entire cities based off just a quick look.
I go up on a helicopter and then memorize it, and then after being on a helicopter and then straight back at the hotel and then started to draw.
His incredible talent launched an artistic career that has taken him around the world.
Los Angeles, Dubai, Houston, Texas, and Tokyo in Japan.
And that's just to name a few.
New York's my favorite. Empire State Building, Chrysler Building, and there are lots of yellow New York taxi cabs.
And Stephen has no plans of stopping anytime soon.
Someone told me that people liked me drawings. I feel good. Always be happy about it.
I can see someone I knew as a child and immediately recognize them as an adult. Or I can see someone who worked at a store that I used to go to 10 years ago and see them on the street and recognize them as that clerk. My name is Jennifer Jarrett, and I'm a super recognizer. I remember just about every face I see. I don't have to have an emotional attachment to people to remember them. I really started to recognize it when I went to college. I would meet people, I would always remember them, and then a couple of months later, I'd be at a party and people would say, "Oh, do you two know each other?" And I'd say yes, and the other person would say no. So then I sort of started to learn what was a memorable encounter and what wasn't. In terms of being a super recognizer, so far I haven't really found any way to utilize it. At my last college reunion, my friends were so excited because, everybody worries that they're going to go to a reunion and not remember who people are. So people were sticking to me like glue so I could tell everyone who was in the room.
Imagine remembering every single day of your life, all in perfect detail. For those with highly superior autobiographical memory, or HSAM for short, this is their reality.
I remember everything that's personally happened to me since I was born.
That's Rebecca Sharukh. I was fascinated by this condition, so I called her up to find out more.
Hi, Rebecca.
Hi.
How are you going?
I'm doing all right. It's a very wet Saturday morning here. How are you going?
Side note, in this moment, I just realized Rebecca will remember that this day was a wet morning forever.
So, you remember everything in great detail?
People can remember what they did last Saturday, but I can remember what I did Saturday 10 years ago.
What about a memory from when you were just a baby?
When I was 12 days old, I was lying down on the fur car seat in my parents' car, and I was staring up at the steering wheel, and I thought, what is that?
Rebecca is one of only 60 people worldwide to have been identified with having HSAM.
All through my teenage years, I thought that everybody remembered in this kind of way. I thought it was completely normal.
It wasn't until she was 21 when her parents decided to submit her to the University of California to undergo 2 years of testing. After this, she was officially identified as having HSAM. Since memories can come to mind unexpectedly any time of day, a negative memory like this can make living with HSAM difficult.
Mum was putting me in this itchy satin dress and I was crying because I didn't like it. And Mum gave me this Minnie Mouse toy and I couldn't say anything at the time, but her face terrified me.
But on most days, HSAM is a gift. Rebecca can recall happy memories and moments when times get tough.
A good memory, it makes me so thankful about having this kind of HSAM memory.
Thanks for chatting, Rebecca.
Yep, thanks. Bye.
Let's say you're in London. You need to get from the London Eye to Buckingham Palace. Taxi! Buckingham Palace, please.
We would leave on our right Belvedere Road, left Chicheley Street, right
wait.
York Road.
You know the whole route already.
Well, we have to. All London black cab drivers have to have completed the knowledge. We need to know all the streets and roads in London to provide that service.
All of them? Oh, okay, let's go see where the Queen lives. London is famous for its black taxis. You need to get to somewhere no sweat, because every black cabbie has to pass an insanely hard test known as the knowledge. Like this guy.
Hello, my name's Peter Allen. I've been a London taxi driver for 9 years. How can I help? The knowledge is the test that you have to pass in order to become a London taxi driver. It's the toughest taxi test in the world. The first thing you have to do is learn what's called the Blue Book. As a cab driver, it's your Bible. You have to learn 320 routes around London, so that's 640 quarter of a mile areas. You have to learn 25,000 streets and roads within a 6-mile radius of Trafalgar Square in London. You have to learn every single point of interest, place of interest, apartment buildings, housing estate, police stations, mosques, synagogues, churches.
A few moments later.
Clothes shop, furniture shop, china shop, nightclub, bars, restaurants, everything, anywhere where a paying passenger may want to go.
Okay then, let's go to the exam centre.
My name is Katie Channels and I'm the Knowledge of London manager. So the exams are several phases of oral appearances. It's basically an interview type situation where you describe the streets and roads, attempting to use the shortest distance between point A and point B. So at the beginning we might ask them the name of a theatre, where that theatre is, and by the end of their knowledge we'll expect them to know what is actually showing at that theatre.
Whoa. On average, it takes 2 to 4 years to learn the knowledge. The best way to study is to go out onto the streets on a scooter. Isn't that right, Abbas?
My name is Abbas Akhtar. I've been studying knowledge for about 4.5 years now. My next appearance is in about 3 weeks' time. It's like a full-time job. You wake up in the morning, go out on your bike a couple of hours, come to the college, study. Whilst I'm sleeping, I'm studying as well. Yeah.
1 in 5 who attempt the knowledge actually pass. That's the same success rate as a US Navy SEAL. GPS and sat-navs are banned in the exam, but why not use them on the streets?
My GPS is here, and if we get somewhere and we see a road's closed, we need to say, right, that's closed, but I know that if I go left here, that will take me there. If I go right here, that will take me there. We need to be able to do all that, as well as having a conversation with the person in the back and solving the world's problems at the same time.
Leicester Square to Big Ben, please.
So you leave Leicester Square by Irving Street, turn right into Charing Cross Road, go forward St Martin's Place.
There are 43 quintillion possible combinations. Now imagine you have no websites, no books, and no one to show you how to solve it, because you invented it. But you didn't invent the Rubik's Cube. This guy did.
My name is Alan Rubik. I was born here in this beautiful city of Budapest.
It was 1974. 30-year-old Erno Rubik was just beginning his career in academia.
I was lecturing design and architecture. It was very similar in age with the students. I was very ambitious to find new ways to teach them, especially about space and 3 dimension. I made a cube as a teaching aid and for myself to learn something from it.
Once the physical cube was put together, Erno began hunting for its secrets.
The question was not it is possible to solve it, but the question was, it is possible to find a method to do that. There is 26 small cubes. It looks the same, but in the structure of the cube, they have different rules.
Erno racked his brain for a strategy, twisting and turning the cube in his hands and his head to unlock his creation.
After I started to understand the nature of the structure and the movement, I found the way for a solution. It's not a straight way.
And after a month, he cracked the code. But the story doesn't end there.
I had the feeling, the potential of the object. I found it very simple to manufacture, and the result of that, it can be an object that is available for everyone.
In 1980, Erno would finally bring his cube to the world. And from there, it took off, becoming one of the best-selling toys of all time.
Because of the content of the cube, the world discovered it's not a gadget. It's something that is more valuable, more long life.
And after almost 40 years, Rubik's Cube has seen a comeback, with hundreds of competitions every year across the world. For Erno, the cube that bears his name is more than just a toy. It's a reminder to never give up.
There is always a way for a solution. There's always a way to find something else, something new, something different, or find the result of your work. If today is not everything is good, it doesn't mean tomorrow cannot be better. Depends on you.